Yes, brothers and sisters, we are finally back again for another one. Another reaction on this here BrBpTV, Be Real, Be Positive Television, brothers and sisters. I'll be dropping two reactions today, one on this here channel and the other, of course, on Mr. Lick's reaction, guys. So definitely tune in for that. That link will be where in the first comment in the comment box below, guys. And of course, with that said right here, let us get into the vibrations. Welcome, brothers and sisters. Let's go. Of course, there's none other than a storm alert in the area, brothers and sisters. We just celebrated 6 years, September 18th. When Hurricane Maria came and did some nasty business in the place, brothers and sisters. But of course, we have yet another system that seems to be heading straight for us right there. Of course, the others that came during the year went straight up, but apparently this one seems to be heading to the direction of the Caribbean. So we'll just see what happens as time goes by. But of course, we have to keep an eye on this. And brothers and sisters, prepare. Don't do like Hurricane Maria. You know, people was partying, man. Yes, man. People was out there partying, having a good time. They saying they preparing with their rum. And then when the hurricane hit, next day you see them, they say, well, that was a bad idea. Brothers and sisters, you don't want to tell yourself that this is a bad idea. Prepare. Don't just wait. Don't do like Dominica government, waiting for things to happen. And when things happen, you would think that they would do something about it. They still don't do nothing about it. That's another situation right here, brothers and sisters. So prepare. Like you're preparing for the storm, prepare to meet your maker as well. But of course, you get the drift of what I will say in that regard. Let's move on right here, brothers and sisters. And of course, indicated right there, somebody, you know, was too prepared. So they go and rob. Anyways, the Portsmouth Town Council has reported last night the Portsmouth Town Council compound suffered a burglary. The storeroom was of course broken into, and NEP 4 swipers. So NEP doesn't really get paid on time, so to speak. So only taking the 4 NEP swipers. All you want to go and swipe, all you want a job to do, go and find work to do. They say, well, you know, that's probably what the person decided to go and do, to go and take the NEP 4 swipers so that they can find work for themselves to do in this hard economy. Man, I tell you, it's hard in that Dominica anyway. Anyways, stop stealing people things, please. But anyways, 4 swipers, NEP swipers, and heads were stolen. I mean, you didn't go and steal money, you stole swipers, man. That is really something else, eh? But hey, it is what it is right there. Anyone with any information on the suspicion, please contact these numbers that you see right there. And of course, that number is none other than, this is the number right there. And of course, you can contact the police station if you have any information in that regard. They greatly solicit the assistance. We greatly solicit the assistance of the public in solving these crimes. Thanks in advance. 4 swipers were stolen. And of course, that is very big in the economy of Dominica. When swipers get stolen, it's like your house got stolen from you. I'm just saying. Because the economy is not doing too well. Brothers and sisters, I'm going to prepare you because it's going to be getting worse. This reaction is going to be getting worse right there. Of course, this is what certain Dominicans kind of remind me of. They are watching something with the imitation of, hoping to see what is the next move, not realizing that what you're watching is not really real. Or the belief system in your mind, what you've seen, you're hoping for something to change, but it doesn't change. This is what this photo reminded me of. Dominicans seems to be watching Dominica, and it's like they're not seeing at all what is going on in Dominica. I mean, I will break it down for you guys. Hopefully you guys get to understand what I'm talking about right there. Of course, we have this one right there. This individual is making a statement. The country can't afford to keep lights on, but a private jet to attend meeting for sure. So it seems like the officials are getting private jets for them to go to meetings, to do things on behalf of the people, while the people can't seem to get electricity. I mean, come on. You know? Come on. Come on, brothers and sisters. This is very interesting. The country can't seem to afford light. That is a literal statement. Considering that we are doing load shedding. And you'll understand why that is. We'll get there. I'm here to break things down for you. The country can afford to keep lights on, but a private jet to attend a meeting, for sure. They want to get private jets for them to go places, to look fancy, while the people in the country are suffering. So wait, we upgrading Menville Hall, but we never had planned to upgrade Domlek. Brothers and sisters, I can go a bit further than that. We are upgrading Menville Hall Airport, and we are also alleged to be building an international airport. But we could not do nothing for the electrical systems, for which the general manager herself stated that the equipments have surpassed retirement age. Brothers and sisters, when Domlek manager says the generators that are needed to generate the megawatts are well past retirement, brothers and sisters, the person asked here, was she sending out a subliminal message? Because apparently this cannot be a subliminal message. This is reality. And there is no need apparently from the officials that are who bought Domlek to say, hey guys, we probably need to, replace the generators that are there. At least better generators to produce the capacity that is needed for whatever reason, whether it's carry them mining cryptocurrencies or whatever. If it's necessary to get new generators that will then create the capacity to then produce these outputs that is much needed. But instead we result into load shedding. When Domlek manager says that the generators are well past retirement age, I mean, come on. We cannot be like this, brothers and sisters. We are seeing it for ourselves. We seen it. We do our light, they get in jet. They upgrading airport, they want to make new airport, but they cannot do nothing for Domlek. I don't know. I really don't know. It's a bit of an interesting dilemma that we live in right here. Look, jokes, the clown show, paint Caribs red. Well, it doesn't just stop here. What RAS technician coming? That person from Guyana, man. What RAS technicians coming where? From where? This is what they are indicating to Dominicans. We know that the general manager says generators are well past retirement. They are the individuals in charge are then saying we are going to get technicians out there to try to fix the generators. They are well past retirement age, but you're going out there to try to get technicians to fix the old generators instead of saying that, hey guys, we need to put monies towards getting new and more generators. At least, my God, I mean, brings me back to this. We seen it. It's not like we're not seeing it. We know what is going on. But we're still hoping for something else. They're hoping for the stick people to move. Yes, we're hoping for something else. What RAS technicians coming from where? We want to hear when the new generators coming to replace the old retired ones. It doesn't just stop there, brothers and sisters. When Mr. told Dominicans to take tin and make ice, he said that. Some people didn't take it as a serious joke. Remember when he was telling people don't go and buy fridge that are making ice? We need to get our buckets and put salt and so forth. Take tin and make ice. This should be the hint of the malice to come upon which we are now seeing today. You mean to tell me the generator's not good? But you telling the people to take tin to make ice and telling them we should go back to the olden days while in your mansion that the people are paying $64,000 a month. Some of them can never even get that in a year. $64,000 a month. Brothers and sisters, if people making $1,000, if all that, brothers and sisters, generally speaking in Dominica, I know NEP workers not making that. But if all that, brothers and sisters, that means there's only $12,000 for the year. $64,000 a month to the Prime Minister's establishment. But what? We seen it. I bring all you back. We seen it. But we hoping for something else. Yes, we're not seeing the drawings on the wall. No. We think it's real TV we have. Yes, man. When Mr. told Dominicans to take tin and make ice, this should be the hint of the malice to come. Salsa on hunger. We dancing with our hungry belly. Yes, brothers and sisters. Ask the donkey for food vouchers. We need to apparently go to America, and then we can probably get food stamps. But then food stamps is a way to further break up the family. That self is another situation. Because for you to get food stamps, you haven't got to have the husband or, in the house. So that is... But anyways, I go too far right there. Salsa on hungry belly. Ask the donkey for food vouchers so that all you can make grocery shopping. So you and your children can eat a proper meal for the entire month. What about when the food spoil? That is another thing. Pastor, I cannot help you to pray against the spirit of anger when my anger is justified. Pastors and priests, I cannot see within myself, especially when some of all you are literally supporting why my anger is justified. Brothers and sisters, I always look at humans as being humans. I don't care which specter of the world or which priest, pastor, gutter youth or ghetto youth, whatever it is. Humans are still humans and in need. This is why the great book calls us sheep. We are sheeple. Because you expect people to know better. You expect the government officials to know better. But they are the ones literally doing this to the people. Pastor, how can I then pray with you against the spirit of anger when my anger is indeed justified? Yes, brothers and sisters, and this person hashtag FPeace. So it seems like there's a war coming, where there's a war against the people or the people against the government. Who knows what is going to be? But then, when you push a frightened dog against the wall, you corner a frightened dog, you know what's going to happen? That dog has nowhere else to go but forward, and it's going to attack you. But of course, what do I know? I'm just saying what other people have said. Brothers and sisters, Vince know where the light is. Yes, he does, apparently. You can't tell me a man he threw it away. Threw millions of dollars in a hole. Kione Dominicans, that when they flatulent, light will come. So it seems like they're just going to have a set of Dominicans in a row, because they don't want to make the generators. They don't want to buy new generators. They want to come and fix the old retired generators that have surpassed retirement age. They want to come and fix it. So it seems like Dominicans will have to line up with their butt facing some pipe so they can flatulence in it and then create a vortex that will create electricity. It is insane to say, brothers and sisters, but you're not telling me that your generators surpassed retirement age, and you're telling the people, hey guys, we're going to bring in experts to come and fix these generators. It's a very interesting time that we're living in right there, brothers and sisters. Kione Dominicans, when the flatulent, light will come. Make a spark, Make flatulence, everybody flatulent in. And let's just light a lighter, man, Boom, Not a spark today. Geothermal, $120 million of geothermal activities, brothers and sisters, they say. And not a candle light, not a light bulb light. But what I know now, Dominicans don't need lights. Apparently they don't need lights, because when things are happening to people and people not, saying anything, load shedding happening to all you, and all you don't say nothing. What? That's crazy. They have Limie. It seems like they are okay. And this person hashtag megawatt. Yes, brothers and sisters, turn off all lights, Skerrit. Let them bake in the heat by day and Betush beating them by night. I don't know if the person's saying. Anyways, and sit in darkness by night. I remember, brothers and sisters, when lights didn't used to go in Dominica. I remember those great, old, wonderful, fantastic days. I remember sometimes even when there were storms, brothers and sisters, maybe a category 1 or just a general storm, lights would not go. I remember I remember one time they had the wind and rain and you still had electricity. I remember that. It's not often, I mean, that happened a few times, but at least it shows the robust nature where Domlek was truly resilient. Yes, man. Well, Domlek, we in load shedding today, and you think that is progress? You would think that that is progress, no? I don't know. You will have to tell me. But of course, turn off the lights on them, scare these individuals, and let them bake in the dark. Let them bake in the heat by day and sit in the darkness by night until they had enough and you're ready to remove yourself. Until they're ready to remove you, apparently, because apparently, the people are not ready to remove you. You bought Domlek, boasting of Domlek. We'll talk about it now. This individual is saying, "Dear Domlek, Dominica Electrical Limited or Services Limited." She is saying, "I have a very important exam next month. It is online and it is proctored. Yes, please be guided accordingly." I think they will have functioning electricity next month, brothers and sisters. This is why I believe that the kind of chaos is happening today. They're doing all this. They're preparing for October. So when the foreigners come in, electricity will flow nicely. That's what I believe is going to happen right there. And when we see it happen, brothers and sisters, you will say, "Oh, Mr. Lex did say that in truth." Yes. Yes, brothers and sisters. Yes. All right. But she have an exam coming up and it's online. Okay. Well, you might have to link yourself with a power bank. Yes, man. There are some of them right there. If you guys want to know the links for the power banks where you can plug in your computer and you will have electricity and so forth, unless, the hurricane passing and they mash up the wires and what have you. Yes, there's this kind of devices. I have them. I know. When Domlek took light, one of my people's them who was working online in the US called me. Well, in Dominica, but she works in the United States in Dominica. You get my drift. And then they took lights. Lady was doing her thing, and she's like, she panicking what to do. Then I brought the devices for her, and everything came back on. So it's vital that you have, certain devices that can actually help you. There is also something called a surge. Ross used to have it. Surge protectors, but these surge protectors have batteries in them. So I think they used to last about an hour, 2 hours. Because once the electricity comes, it charge the battery and you can continue. So I'm using the stuff. Anyways, let me continue right there, brothers and sisters. I go in already too long. All right. When you stand up for what is right, doors are slammed in your face, especially by the very people that you're standing up for their right. It's interesting right there. And you suffer in the short term. When you stand up for right, sometimes, brothers and sisters, you will suffer for the short term. But when you are standing for wrong, you know what's going to happen, brothers and sisters? It's going to constantly be recurring. The wrong is not going to be righted. And when it's not righted, it's going to look at the state of Dominica, right? Look at the state. Wrong, brothers and sisters, like I would tell people, our feelings and our delusions doesn't have any impact on reality. If you don't do things the right way, brothers and sisters, there's going to be consequences. And these consequences can sometimes last for years. And if they last for years, you know who's going to pay the price? Not life or reality. You are. It is only you who's going to pay the price for that which you did that was wrong. You never righted your wrongs. You never corrected. You've seen the economy going down. You've seen the economy going down, but you wishful that no, that is not what is happening. It's something else. Or I don't know who to put next. So you don't know how somebody else is going to perform, but you know that the present one is performing absolutely terrible or terribly, brothers and sisters. But you say, you know what, boy, I don't know. I don't want to put somebody else and it get worse. Or it might get better. I mean, the very person who is creating it terrible. Oh, Lord, have mercy on me. Okay. Oh, yes, brothers and sisters. But in the long run, long term, doors open wide in unexpected circumstances. I know. I'm a testimony to that very thing right there. Look at where. Anyways, brothers and sisters, I thought after Dominican Savior spoke yesterday, there will be no more power cuts. And you would think, that's always wrong. When you see you put your trust in humans, especially when they have a record of just constantly lying, like the pharmaceutical companies that they come and say, oh, nice things, even though they have a track record of doing crazy stuff to human beings and paying millions and even up to billions of dollars in settlements, brothers and sisters. And they come and they push things now only to have the same thing happen again. I don't know if humans probably doesn't think, hey, they have a track record of doing terrible. They have a track record of it. Yet still we're supposed to trust them? No, because they have a new thing. We're supposed to trust them. And then 2 years later you find out it's the same thing. It's the very same thing like government. They have a track record of doing terrible. The very people was hoping, okay guys, we finally have another chance to right our wrongs. And the next election comes and you realize that the time that you say they have hopefully to right their wrongs, during that time frame, it has been worse than the previous. But you will still go back and vote for them because it's your team. This is why I always tell people, humans are indeed sheep. And when the great book says humans are sheep, that is a literal, not literal physically, brothers and sisters. In the mental capacity, that is a literal statement. When man want to fight against truth, to believe that which is false, and think that they can turn whatever they believe or feel in themselves to be truthful, boy, that is indeed something special. They call these people special people. Humans are still humans at the end of the day, and we are sheep. Humans are sheep. Yes, man. So I guess that is part of our nature to be sheep. Kind of reminds me of the Garden of Eden. They had the whole set of thing dominion over them. One tree they should not have taken off. One tree and one. They had billions of trees, man. One tree. Humans. Understanding the plight of human beings is very interesting. So just because somebody sees something, especially if the person has a track record of doing bad, I wouldn't trust that person, Why? You will see in a moment, brothers and sisters. All you the con artists start off the mess conference talking about DA suffering under Maria 6 years ago. He did. I reacted to it when he made the statement. It's no longer your fault. It's never his fault. Never his fault. But he would not put it because he knows that there are foolish people who follow him. So when he says certain things, they'll believe, oh, it's not his fault. It's Maria that did this. But when you watch other places that have been struck even far more damaging than Dominica, they are far better off. Bahamas is one of them. But, humans don't seem to pay attention. They just have the little bubble that they're in. Their own biases, brothers and sisters. It's always an interesting one. Right there. According to this individual, so now, kind of reminds me of T-Miles. So now, all you run and buy back Domlek. All you run back and buy back, Interesting how we Dominicans speak. All you run and buy back Domlek. And they're boasting now how UWP sell Domlek, and now it is allegedly confirmed that Skerrit come and buy it back for 13% less. Than when Domlek said it. So we made a loss in buying it back. No profits right there. All right. Less than the asking price. Okay. Probably they made a profit when they were selling it, I'm sure. And the asking price maybe drop, and the 13% below the asking price. That is something else. Just to try and say he buy back, Domlek when Mr. James and the UWP, United Workers Party sold it. Scary, the praise that you seek and the recognition you're trying to make is all turning to powder right before your eyeballs. It is right before. The drawing is on the wall, my brothers and sisters. We need to start accepting that the drawing is on the wall and nothing that we're looking at is going to move unless we decide, hey, you know what? I have a TV inside my house. Well, let's go inside now and watch the real TV. Let's go and actually make a move to do what needs to be done, brothers and sisters. Making up things in your mind and hoping for things to change doesn't solve the problems, you know. Like I said, it doesn't change reality. Just like how people want to believe certain things. I use the example of women. Some women, I spoke to a girl the other day and she said she wants 6 figure and all kind of things she wants in a guy and so forth. I say, how are you going to get that now? She says she cute. I say, you looking average to me. You don't looking like, you know what? Anything can happen. Anything is possible. But I know she's not going to get it. I know reality doesn't go that way, especially as you're getting older. You know, that is not always a good thing for you. But, you know, it's always good to have delusions. But if it's not rooted in reality, brothers and sisters, where you have to decide, hey, guys, I know this. This is what I would like. And I know I may not get this. I need to be more realistic, you know, especially if you want to have a family and so forth and so forth. But, you know, delusions. Our delusions doesn't change reality, brothers and sisters. As much as we may want it to, it doesn't. But of course, you know, individuals will be individuals right there. I just tried to say and blah, 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 and sold it. Securing the praise that you seek and the recognition you are trying to achieve to make it is all turning to powder, dust, right before your and mine and everybody else's eyes. It was a very bad decision to buy Domlek, because when you bought Domlek, you know what happened to Domlek? The people started paying higher prices for the electricity. Higher prices. I heard a number of laborites saying, hey, we no longer have to pay electricity. What kind of fool are you to utter such foolish statements? Until you realize that you have to pay higher prices. Some of us had to burn candle, man. Yes, man. All right then. Because it was all done out of bad intentions. I think you should have left it, and you know, if you saw a way, a means of doing certain things to elevate, you could do it, but you did not. You just decided to form the royal donkey with Dominicans, and then you put the burden of debt on the people, and then you claim that you are subsidizing. Just like we look at other countries who have gas, and the gas prices is way lower than Dominica. The government is saying that they are subsidizing. I don't think they are subsidizing. I think they put up prices to pay that which they owe. And of course, it doesn't come from the salaries. It comes from the people. So when the people believe the government is doing anything for them, that is not the case. The government is literally making decisions, and the consequence of these decisions come to the people. Simple. And of course, talking about consequence, brothers and sisters, Matt, it's on the road.
Which may lead eventually to a total blackout.
Total blackout. Okay. Let me just show you the video, brothers and sisters. There's this system right there. So this is in the Trafalgar region. And this is the pipes that Domlek tend to use to bring, you know, and probably turn turbines and so forth, brothers and sisters. But apparently, you know, this is broken. You know, it's not just the generators. It's not just the generators, though. It is the system itself. So if you have this happening, you kept these things for a number of years, and you replace it, or you didn't do maintenance or none of that stuff on it. No, you know, and it mash up. No, you know, water is power. You see, I showed you guys the Grand Canyon, not the Grand Canyon, the Niagara Falls. You see the big hole you see in there? It's water that do that. It eat it. Well, you have this thing right there, brothers and sisters, and of course.
Yeah, that's where it burst from. From one of the anchor blocks. Yeah, 2 pipes came out, and that's the situation. that's where it builds from.
Okay. So you see the point, you know? Let me make it bigger for some of all you if you do not really seen it properly. you see that? you sorry, you see that? You see that right there, brothers and sisters? Total blackout. This okay. Let me go back to Matt. Matt, all right.
Lead eventually to a total blackout. I've gotten this morning from very early, you know.
Yeah,
A number of calls from the Trafalgar area. A littiness of the situation. Let's listen to Wayne James there, of course, who also is following the story. Wayne James.
Because of the role that I have undertaken
Okay.
in relation to the crisis that we are going through with our energy sector, I have gotten several calls and received certain videos and so on as for a crisis that we now have in our hand in the Trafalgar area.
In the valley, yes. We got
the valley.
information, yes.
Nice, all right. Now, I want to put Dominicans on notice
Yes.
that as a result of what is going on there,
Yes.
we might have a complete power outage in the country.
Complete.
The reason being why? Because now Trafalgar and Pau, they're done. So right now we are working off the tired, expired generators. And it
The tired, expired generators. Yet still they're talking about bringing people from overseas.
cannot hold. And based on the information that I've gotten from somebody on site, a machine has to get up there because the road is blocked.
Oh, the roadblock now.
Management has to go up there also to...
Guys, a thought came to mind. I'll make this continue playing. A thought came to mind. Maybe somebody did this on purpose so that the total blackout can happen, they can save and whatnot, then repair it. I don't know. It's a wild thing, but I am not putting anything, nothing at all, to surpass that knowledge right there when it comes down to the people in charge. Nothing at all. I mean, they brought a plane for Choxy. Say the man coming on vacation in Dominica when he have right to come in as a Commonwealth. They say he coming back door, you know. Don't scary coming and talk about we have backdoor culture. Not true. And then when the man come back door, even though he said he was kidnapped, then they bring a plane from India to come straight flight from India that land in Dominica to take him. But I wouldn't put this thing too far. Remember what happened with Lennox them? Somebody came and put suitcase and then scared them or saying, "Oh, look at the colony together. Look at the colony together," until they had to release the tape. So I you know.
Test what is going on. The road is undermined, and it is a crisis. This could take 2-3 days before this is taken care of. And as I said, we do not have that backup because Paro and Trafalgar, they are done as we speak. But I want to call on the government of Dominica this morning. Please allow Dominicans to breathe. But we have an immediate solution that I want to recommend to the government. Get China to bring in about 10 containers of solar panels and the accessories that goes with it and distribute it around the country, especially.
That makes sense, you know. But the problem is you not just need the solar panels, you also need the battery. And the battery must be able to sustain what is happening in the house. Now, to get them type of batteries, because I was doing some research on that, brothers and sisters, to get them type of batteries that would actually sustain the house, they call them Tesla walls. And Tesla walls run between 10 to 20,000 US dollars for one battery. So yes, solars and what have you in the place, and yes, you want to have proper electricity, which would require Tesla wall. I'm not sure of the others, although people are definitely running, you know, from time to time. I know individuals in Salisbury have a turbine and some solar stuff. Yes, it makes sense, but you also need the batteries as well. So if that can help, that should be able to help. But you know, they want to keep that. All you don't, let me Continue.
Those places in the country that, you know, depend heavily on government. Give them those solar panels, and I said the accessories that goes in. We have persons here in Dominica that is qualified to install those things. There's a gentleman out in Rafflin. I think I have the permission to call his name. He has a company here. He's a guy full of experience, worked in the United States, and is here back in Dominica, willing to give his expertise back to the country. And as a result of...
But they're not going to use that. They're not going to use him. Especially if he's not on the government side, they would not use him, you know, because that is how things run. Up in certain other countries, they don't care which party you are. Once you are able to do the job, you get the job because it will definitely provide competence for the company. No? But
that those solar panels, Dominicans must also look at themselves and say they want to be independent. We no longer can depend on government. I
agree, but the problem here is the pricing for these solar things. Most Dominicans will not be able to afford it. You think it's a few thousand? You think it's a few $100s for these things? No, a few 1,000-2,000. You think it's that more? Okay then.
We see what is going on. So as a result, I'm asking the government to allow Dominicans to bring in solar panels and the accessories that goes with it, and zero rate those things for the people of Dominica, so that when they go at the customs, they go and they take their stuff out with no taxes on it. Because we have seen what happened when Marie was there.
Yes, I was just going to say that thought. It is one thing when you can actually afford it. But when it comes to custom, brothers and sisters, it's best you sell your house to pay it. You have to sell your house to pay it, you know. So, guys, these are just my thoughts right there on the whole situation. What are your thoughts, man? Leave your thoughts in the comment box below. I will see you guys in the next reaction video I'll be doing a bit later on. You guys need to check out the Mr. Leaks reaction video that I'll be doing a bit later on. Right there. I'll see you guys in the next Mr. Leaks reaction. Guys, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe and turn on that post notification so you can get more videos as they tend to come out. I'll see you guys in the next one. Boom bang.